From unsettling secret experiments to cover-ups of extraterrestrial encounters, governments around the world have secrets they never want you to know. Today, on Beyond Classified, we reveal the top 5 government conspiracies that might actually be true. Stay tuned. As always, this video is based on publicly available information and is intended for entertainment purposes only. Some of the images used throughout this video are stock photos. No. 5. CIA secret experiments. At various times in history, there have been rumors about the CIA carrying out strange and disturbing secret experiments on unwitting US citizens and other people around the world. Although many details about these alleged operations are unknown or classified, some documents that were leaked to the press and the public offer clues as to what may really have happened behind closed doors. Here's what we know so far. The United States Central Intelligence Agency was created after the Second World War to collect, analyze, and distribute foreign intelligence, information relating to national security, but it soon expanded its activities to include other areas such as covert operations and research into potential new technologies that could be useful in gathering intelligence or in carrying out missions on the ground. Some of these experiments were bizarre and unethical, and would later come to light through leaks or the Freedom of Information Act. Others continue to be the subject of speculation and debate even today. One of the most well-known instances of CIA secrecy came during the Cold War, when it was revealed that the agency had been experimenting with mind control as part of a top-secret project called MK Ultra. This involved using drugs like LSD to manipulate people's minds and behaviors, and included illegal experiments on unsuspecting volunteers. Other projects included subliminal messaging, remote viewing and psychic phenomena, hypnosis, and chemical interrogation techniques which some believe were used against prisoners during the War on Terror. It's not clear how many people were affected by these experiments or what exactly the results were, but they serve as an example of just how far governments will go in order to gain an edge over their enemies. Number 4. MK Ultra mind control. MK Ultra was a top-secret CIA project that aimed to develop mind control techniques that could be used on enemy targets during the Cold War era. In short, the program looked into ways of manipulating someone's thoughts and actions without their knowledge or consent. As part of this initiative, researchers experimented with a variety of methods, including hypnosis, sensory deprivation, electroshock therapy, and chemical substances such as LSD. Although the project was officially terminated in 1973, many questions remain about what exactly went on behind closed doors, and whether any of these experiments were ever used in real-life situations. What we do know is that the CIA recruited unsuspecting individuals to take part in these tests, often without telling them what they were getting themselves involved in. Some test subjects reported feeling like they had no control over their own bodies or minds, while others said they experienced intense psychological trauma as a result of being part of the program. The use of mind control techniques has long been a staple of science fiction stories, but until now we have yet to discover if it can be used for nefarious purposes. Whether or not MK Ultra ever resulted in real-world applications remains classified information and may never be revealed. Number 3. Hidden military bases. There are many military bases scattered across the globe, some of which are well known to the general public, while others remain shrouded in mystery and secrecy. The United States alone has thousands of active duty installations in more than 70 countries, not to mention numerous nuclear missile silos and other hidden facilities. Some of these bases, such as Area 51 in Nevada, are rumored to be used for developing experimental aircraft or weapons systems, while others, like Fort Detrick in Maryland, are said to house dangerous biological agents. Still, there are also reports of secret underground facilities used for conducting illicit experiments or storing strange artifacts that have yet to be explained. What exactly goes on inside these hidden compounds is largely unknown, since access is strictly prohibited unless clearance has been granted by the appropriate authorities. However, satellite imagery and eyewitness accounts have given us glimpses into what could be happening within their heavily guarded perimeters. For example, one photo taken from space shows a mysterious bright light emanating from beneath the surface near Area 51, suggesting that there may be more going on beneath the desert sands than we know about. Meanwhile, Another image captured by satellite cameras outside. Fort Detrick appears to show strange black tarps covering certain areas, leading some people to believe that the government is hiding evidence of illicit activities there too. In recent years, there have even been claims made about secret underwater military bases designed to withstand nuclear attacks or natural disasters. Although this information cannot be verified independently due to the classified nature of such operations, it's possible that these submerged outposts exist somewhere in our oceans. All this serves as a reminder that despite living in an age where most things are easily accessible online, there's still plenty that remains hidden from our view. And now, for number 2. But first, I want to give a big shout out to some supporters for their recent donations. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you enjoy these videos and would like to help support them while gaining exclusive perks such as behind-the-scenes content, access to our server and more, consider becoming a member. You can find the join button in the bottom right corner or click the link in the description below. And now, back to number 2. Forbidden technology. Over the years, there have been countless reports of governments developing cutting-edge technology that is then kept secret from the public eye. From stealth aircraft carriers to cyber warfare capabilities and even time travel, it seems like every nation is in a race to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to military innovation. But why do they do this? After all, wouldn't it be better if everyone could benefit from these advances? Well, not necessarily. By keeping certain innovations under wraps, countries can maintain a strategic advantage over their rivals and deter potential enemies from taking action against them. Additionally, some technologies may be so controversial or potentially dangerous that it makes sense to keep them out of sight and away from prying eyes. Take, for example, the development of self-destruct helmets, which can be activated by the wearer or an operator in the event of capture. While such a device could save countless lives, it could also lead to ethical dilemmas and difficult questions about autonomy and free will. And that's why many countries choose to keep research into this type of technology highly classified. Similarly, advancements in artificial intelligence are often kept secret, as there is a fear that giving machines too much power could have unintended consequences for humanity as a whole. Despite this understandable caution, there have still been instances where forbidden tech has slipped through the cracks and into the hands of those who should have access to it. One such case was the theft of sensitive documents by Edward Snowden, a former National Security Agency contractor, who leaked information about classified surveillance programs being conducted on an unsuspecting public. His actions sparked outrage among some who saw him as a traitor, and praised by others who felt that they had a right to know about these activities being carried out in their name. Whether or not we will ever uncover the full extent of what governments are hiding remains to be seen. However, one thing is certain: the pursuit of forbidden knowledge will continue as long as there are secrets left to uncover. And finally, no one. The top secret government cover-up is the act of hiding or concealing something, usually from the public eye. In the context of government activity, a cover-up typically refers to the deliberate attempt to hide information or evidence of wrongdoing by those in power. It is often associated with illegal, unethical, or controversial activities. Although it can also be used to protect sensitive information that could compromise national security or ongoing investigations, cover-ups often involve a series of lies and deceptions to prevent the truth from coming out, which can have serious consequences for those involved and for society as a whole. When a government engages in a cover-up, it erodes public trust and creates a climate of suspicion and paranoia. Furthermore, by attempting to hide the truth, those in power are able to avoid accountability for their actions, which can lead to further abuses of authority and a decline in ethical standards. Despite the potential risks and drawbacks, cover-ups are sometimes necessary in order to protect the interests of a nation. For example, during the Cold War, both the US and Soviet Union engaged in extensive espionage activities against each other, and it was often in the best interest of national security to keep these activities secret. Similarly, in modern times, governments may need to conceal sensitive information in order to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands or being used against them in diplomatic negotiations. However, as technology advances and the ability to gather and disseminate information becomes easier than ever before, the need for secrecy becomes increasingly rare. With the rise of social media and the internet, it is more difficult than ever to maintain a cover-up. Leaks and whistleblowing have become common ways to expose information that would otherwise remain hidden. In fact, Many of the most famous cover-ups in history have been brought to light by those who were directly involved in carrying them out. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to engage in a cover-up is a difficult one with both risks and benefits to consider. While it may be necessary in some cases to protect national security or the public interest, it is important to remember that cover-ups can also lead to a breakdown in public trust and an erosion of ethical standards. Thanks for watching. What are your thoughts on these conspiracies? Let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos like this. See you next time.